Din, 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 boom. Din, 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 boom. Din, 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 boom. Din, 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 din. I guess. What? No. I guess we're back here again, you guys. For some reason, you guys wanted the open panel. I have no idea why. Don't know if anybody's gonna really show up, but you guys wanted the open panel, so I just, I obliged and I gave it to you. That's it. That's all. I obliged. To be honest, I really have no idea why anybody wanted an open panel. So I guess until I have something to talk about, you guys can just ask me shit. As long as it doesn't give any information about myself, I don't fuck off. As long as there's not no information about myself, I really don't care about talking about stuff too much, I guess. Guess that's where we're at. Oh shit. I have to keep talking, huh? Because because I hate dead air and I know that somebody's listening, well, probably listening to this right now, and they're like, no, Yago, don't stop talking. Uh so why does Hussy hate me? So Hussy is mad at me because there are things that Vidal was saying that she's like right about. And also I was explaining to Hussy, what Vidal thinks. And for some reason he got his pennies all up in the bunch. And now that means that I do anything for V Man. Don't know how that works out. But uh, because Hussy is an emo ass wench. I mean, that could also be a reason. We're not gonna shut down our brains and, you know, deny somebody of a proper reason of why Hussy's mad. Nobody really ever knows why Hussy's mad, right? There's a situation that happens and he's mad, but nobody ever really knows why Hussy is mad. And he'll say why he's mad. That's probably not why he's mad. Because he's like a toddler, right? Like, a toddler will be angry and they'll sit there and be like, I'm mad because you did this. And that's not what they're really mad about. That's just how it goes. Am I really a fellow half Rican? So my mother is Puerto Rican and my father is Black American. My mother was born in New York, in the Bronx, and my dad was born in South Central on Hoover Street. So yeah. I mean, she's Black Rican, but yeah. Vidal, you are so fucking thirsty to get up on people's panels. Why are you so thirsty?
Oh, because it gives me life, Otto. How you
Well, I'll
doing?
say something.
Hmm?
Ah, shit. No, I can't hear
What?
anything.
You can't hear me at all?
It's
Can you
not.
hear me?
It's not you. It's on me.
You can't hear me?
God damn it! Everybody is always breaking my stuff, which is the reason why I don't have my microphone and my headphones fuck up sometimes. That's why when I was talking to Monty, I was like, "Oh, because I'm from California." I didn't hear what he said properly. I thought he said something different.
Mm. Can the chat hear me? Or is it just you that can't hear me?
It was just me. I can hear you now.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right. I
it was just
misunderstood.
I had to fuck with my cord. Uh, back in the day type stuff. Tasha asks, "How do you know the plate gang, Yato?" Well, funny enough, um, Roxo or Doctor Roxo, as he's known, of the plate gang, used to be around the geek room a whole lot, and sometimes he would pop in there and say some weird shit, and people would argue with him, but he was just being there because nobody would block him if he said some weird shit. Then later on, there's XX, who is also known as Rocket. XX started archiving Shani, and people were using her videos. She would also pop up in the Petty Fam Discord, and I would talk to her like all the time. She was cool as shit. And then, like, out of nowhere, like, I don't know, she kind of flipped. That shit was weird. Like, I would never expect that to come from XX, but yeah, that she flipped the whole script and they started doing some other shit. Dr. Roxo had reported the THN Discord, and that got taken down. And there's a couple other things that happened. Like they started fucking with people out of nowhere. It was weird. And also, Miss Parker was somewhat interviewing them, some of the people in Plate Gang, because there was another controversy that was happening behind the closed doors, and Miss Parker would always talk to everybody involved anytime that she was getting involved with anything. So she had talked to a couple of them. Basically. Vidal, what do you want?
Wanted to talk to you.
About what? About our fire alarms? Look.
Oh my goodness.
I told you I'd buy a ladder today. But we already got found out, okay? They already know we live together.
Oh my goodness. Who is in Plate Gang? Names of people probably you don't know if you don't follow that weird part of the internet.
Yeah, if you don't even know the two names that I just said, then you're probably not
Yeah.
going to know anybody that's in Plate Gang.
It is a very okay, I'll give you an idea. If you know anything about Mr. Medica or Ethan Ralph or that part of the internet, you might have heard about them.
Maybe, possibly.
Well, because that's how I know about them. And like my first experience was through like Keemstar and them.
Tasha, if you want to come up and talk, you can. Like, we're not gonna sit here and yell at you.
No, Kiwi Farms is not the dark web. It's regular internet.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know this, but in order for you to even access the dark web, you have to do some things to your computer. Like you have to have a PC and you
like
have to do
Tor.
some things. Yeah, you have to use Tor and you got to do some shit to your computer in order for you to even access it.
Well, back in the day, like I don't like they. What do they have? They have like I guess the best way to explain it is they all really have their own like Kiwi Farms thread. So I didn't keep up that much. Like I kind of watched passively back in the day when I was watching Medica and Ralph and them. But like I said, my first kind of like recognition was like through Keemstar when the whole Just Destiny situation was going
But you
on.
didn't keep up on Onion Farms?
Onion Farms is so new. They made that shit within the last couple years.
Did you hear old girls talk about how everybody's afraid of Onion Farms?
Everybody's a what?
She said everybody was afraid of Onion Farms. She said that's where all the truth is.
The truth. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Onion Farms.
No, yeah, don't worry. Kiwi Farms is not the dark web. That's like it's regular clear internet, so you don't have to worry about using like a Tor or
Well,
anything like
it's
that.
funny because Kiwi Farms is just like it's not too far off from do I have headphones in? Oh shit, I do. Oh my god. Oh my I have my
So
all
what's on
right.
Onion Farms? Basically, Onion Farms was basically made to be kind of like a so when Keffels had that whole thing with Kiwi Farms, where she was basically encouraging people to take down that site. She
Mhm.
didn't do it, but they had a number of DDoS events where the site was taken down. And so Josh Moon was he was basically trying to keep the site up. And he was experiencing a lot of problems with various vendors not wanting to take his business because of his, reputation, basically. So um, he had to hop around trying to keep the site up. And it was very difficult because the site just kept going down for like I don't know, it was good like a good few months there where he had a lot of difficulty keeping the site up. So they basically created Onion Farms as kind of like a backup. They wanted to they thought Kiwi Farms was going to go away for good. That's what happened. And so they created Onion Farms, and it was an opportunity for people who didn't like the threads on Kiwi Farms. They could basically create their own threads on Onion Farms. So a lot of the threads that wouldn't come out of like Proving Grounds Proving Grounds is kind of like the back of Kiwi Farms. Like if you don't have an account, you don't see that. And it's a
I
lot of
actually
like
didn't know that. I didn't know that that's how Onion Farms came to be. I knew the other, like the second half of what you're saying, but I didn't know that that's
yeah.
how it started.
Yeah, that's where it initially began. And so like there were a lot of people who kind of flocked to Onion Farms to try to be like the first one to create a thread. So you'll have a lot of like bad threads on there. So unfortunately, people, like the bodega, they ran over there to kind of create their own threads for the people that they hate
Yeah,
because there was stuff that they
they
couldn't get
went
off the proving grounds.
they went over there
Oh,
to start a
prospering. Thank
thread
you.
somewhat about us because they couldn't do it on Kiwi Farms because not only did people on Kiwi Farms say nobody
Hmm.
cares about this, but they also said that you can't come on here and start a personal army thread.
Yeah.
Like these people aren't lol's cows. Um, like the evidence and stuff that he tried to throw up there, like it wasn't really all that convincing, especially the loose associations that he was trying to do. Because I I got tired of telling people over and over again that I don't fucking know Animaster. I don't know this nigga. It is so fucking tiring, like saying that shit over and over again. So I don't even talk about it.
I don't know all the lore. I do know quite a bit of stuff, but not all of it.
I just knew certain stuff that I was told from people who were around or around that person. I don't know that person. I don't know him. It be like that sometimes though.
Mm.
You know how people are. I was listening a little bit to the stream that Hussy did earlier, and that shit had me fucking rolling. I was like, he's really just lying his ass off back to back to back to back just to make himself feel better.
I thought you were gonna actually react to it because it was pretty funny.
Mm, no,
You gonna
nah.
save it for later?
Yeah, I'll give him a minute. He can either shape up or ship out because you sound dumb.
He's not gonna shape up.
I
You know
mean,
that's not happening.
like I said, there's a reason why I gave him a warning. It's because last time we were talking about you, you started crying. The reason why he came up on panel about the blackface thing and all that is because this nigga couldn't sleep at night because we were over there laughing at him every night. And it can happen again. And not necessarily with other people. I don't know why he thinks that I need other people to come up or anything. Like I do most of my work by myself. We
No,
all know this.
Every God, this is the same thing politically, but every accusation is a confession with him
Yeah, exactly.
because
You
he
do this
literally is
and you
doing
do
that.
that because you do that.
Yeah, and he can't. He will never admit it. Really, how he gets most of his views is by having other people on. It's not. He can't do it himself. He knows if he tries to do it himself, he's going to lose a lot of viewers. It's going to be a lot. His chats are going to be a lot smaller. But as long as he can, milk Carrie or milk, the drama with whoever he's having drama with, oh, yeah, he'll definitely. But he's going to mess it up. That's the problem. He's going to
Yeah,
mess it up because he's going to keep bitching and moaning about the same thing over and over again after he's blocking everybody from chat. And then it's just not going to be interesting anymore.
see, look, fresh garbage. If you're around or if you listen back to this, do not block anybody in your chat. The way that you will keep making views and the way that you're gonna eventually make some money is just because you have no history with anyone. You're impartial, right? And you
Well,
give
yeah,
your
but you can't stay that way. No one can ever stay that
well,
way.
I was gonna say she gives her opinion on stream, but she can still capitalize off of that, right? The thing is, though, you have to make sure you do not X anybody out in stream. Let people talk, let people argue in your chat, and then let people argue on your stream. And I guarantee you, you're gonna flourish. Guarantee it, because
Mhm.
fresh garbage she's just in that spot right now. Sometimes it's not something that you ask for, and it's not something that you can plan for. Sometimes people just are. And
That's how Monty's channel got as big as it was because when he was doing like the Chantal reviews, he was literally just having panels of all these other people, and it kind of spawned like their own little universe over there. That's when they started having like their own little. Um, there were a whole bunch of people that could just like Veronica came from there. Um, what's her name? Cauliflower. There was
oh
a
man,
whole bunch of
I
channels.
I miss me some Mothra. Keep going, my bad.
There's a whole bunch of channels that spawned from like Monty doing all those panels all the time. So
That's
they
what I
had like their
heard.
own, yeah, they had their own little universe, Curl Connections, and that's where what is it? What's her name? The one that oh God, you don't have to ask, but I'll tell you. I forgot her name.
You don't have to
Uh,
ask what I'll tell you.
that's the name of her channel. She was trying to do like Chantal stuff, and then it didn't go as. That's where all she was one of the crazy Cali stands.
Uh,
So,
yeah,
yeah, it was a
I know people go on about the Carrie stuff and all that, but like I wasn't
Tina.
I
Thank
was
you.
oh Tina from yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
Tina.
her. So
Yeah.
she put fucking AK in her place. That shit was hilarious.
Wait, did she?
Yes, she did. Oh my god, she told her to
Was
shut
this
the
on
fuck
a
up and stop complaining.
No, different Tina. Different
Oh,
Tina.
different
Totally
Tina.
different Tina.
Okay, okay, my bad.
So you're talking about Tina from
From
like
Boy,
from Boy. Yeah. No,
yeah.
I'm talking about one of the Cali stands, Tina.
Oh, okay, okay. No,
Yeah.
but I know people like talk about the Carrie thing and all that, but like I wasn't playing when I said that I'm not too interested in like the Carrie drama. I really don't follow that shit. And I fuck with Frank. I fuck with Frank and the Geek Room, and I fuck with Burnt Toast, and I fuck with Jules. Like every now and then, me and
Hmm.
Jules talk to each other, like on Discord and all that. But um, what the fuck do you mean my headphones are connected? You fucking stupid bitch.
Damn. I
Uh,
thought I went from
oh.
0 to 100 in no time.
But no, but no, I'm not. I really don't follow the Carrie stuff, and I'm not too concerned with it, to be honest. Like I think it's
Well, I
menial. Like
don't
it's kind of
know
like the Charlie Gold
anything
thing.
about
Like
it.
when people get mad about Charlie Gold, I'm like I don't think it's that important.
That's right, Dirty Uncle Sal, Tiny Dancer. Well, Tiny Dancer's been around for a while. So she's been
Tiny
around for a
Dancer
long while.
she used to follow me around for a minute, if you remember.
Listen, she's one of those people that I think I'm glad she's gotten off the internet because she was one of those that I don't think the internet was good for.
Yeah, because she would get like really angry. at things online.
That's an understatement.
Oh my god,
She was very possessive.
dude, you have no idea. I
That's
used to get
funny.
messages.
Oh my goodness.
I
And she
used
had
to
a
get
tendency
fucking
to, for
messages.
every
I'm
man
like,
she talked
this.
to, she would get up in the DMs and send them inappropriate pictures, and then like
Oh
that was
yeah,
her way in.
yeah. She definitely sent the titties.
Oh yeah, of course she did. That's like I don't know what it is. She did that to everybody. She did that. She did that. Well, yeah, I know she did it. We know she did it with
She
Tipster
did to you.
because somebody outed that Tipster was asked them like, "What am I
She did it
supposed to
to
do?"
you. The first thing that she did was show you the titties.
Yep, that is the first thing she did. Snowy tatas.
Snowy tatas.
Snowy tatas.
Oh shit. At least when I seen Buddha Broad and I found out how old she was, I was like, she looks pretty good for her age. I'm like, I understand him. I understand Monty trying to snag her.
She's a little too needy.
You find all that type of stuff out later.
The goth mommies, Thunder Rain.
What goth mommy?
That's Tipster's thing. He calls all the chicks in his chat the goth
The
mommies.
goth mommies?
Yes. He's like, I love me a goth mommy.
Is it? I was about to say something. Let me shut up. I think you know what I was
Oh
about to
god.
say too. I think
No, I don't.
you don't.
That's right. It was Hannah Animal. I forgot. Yeah, I was trying to remember her name. I don't really like
Well, I'm not
follow
gonna
her
put
like
you
that.
in here. I'm gonna tell you later because you might still be trying to say it. So I'll tell you
Okay.
later. Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what's
that's
funny? You know what's funny about this Hussy thing? Like he swears up and down like me and you are best friends.
well, I mean, we should be.
Fuck you.
What do you mean? Hey, we could talk about it. Do you want to talk about why we're not best friends? Do you want to, seriously, we're not best friends because we argue about the dumbest shit and then get hella mad about it.
And then we don't talk to each other. But
Yep.
but I never boot you
Do you
from
know it? Do you
Discord or
remember?
I never block you.
I never blocked you either, but do you want to know it was over Chinese food. That's how it started. Over fucking Chinese food.
Wait, the last time that we argued?
Yes. Fucking argued over Chinese food, and that's where it started. We
I mean,
don't even get mad over
I do
serious
be
shit. We
talking
get
about
mad over
Chinese food
dumb
a lot.
shit.
I do be talking about Chinese food a lot, and I don't remember. So, but it sounds like that could be.
That's where the conversation started, and then it went into arguing about adults fighting.
Oh yeah, I remember that part. Yeah,
Yeah, that's where like it ended. It ended.
yeah, and then Taco got thrown into it. Poor Taco. She just be saying stuff in the middle of arguments, and she be catching shots that she don't deserve. She just be trying to
Well,
help
I
the
listen.
conversation.
I left, so I don't know how much verbal abuse you gave poor Taco, but I'm sure it
I meant
was.
while you were there.
Well, I mean, she lasted a lot longer than I did, and we're talking like hours longer, because I didn't. I saw
Well,
y'all
no,
still there, and
she wasn't the only one still in there. BGTV had popped up,
yeah, it was way too long. Because I
and
remember
you know how that nigga is. He's definitely Martin Luther King.
well, yeah, I don't know. All I know is I saw y'all still in there. I think I checked, and I was like, they still in there, and it had been like hella time, and I was like, well,
Tasha, how much are you gonna pay me to do that? This shit ain't for free, homie. No more locked doors.
we all learned well from Hussy. Gotta make him pay.
Right. We gonna make niggas pay now. I told y'all he already set the precedence. It's now we're just asking for money every time. She said, "How much you want?"
How much is it worth?
Right. How much is your soul?
Oh gosh.
You got to pay me or pay me no never mind. That was also a sugar-free line.
You know all the sugar-free lines.
Oh hell yes. I grew up on sugar-free, Too Short, E40, Ice Cube, DPG, East Siders, like all that. DJ Quick. My dad used to play all of that. He did not care if I was a kid
All
at all
right. Okay. All right. That's a
whatsoever.
nice little lineup there.
And I think it's some of the reason why I have to deal with issues with respecting women.
Oh god.
That was funny, right?
Oh.
Sometimes people would take the things that I say way too seriously, and they're like, "Well, Yato said this," and I'm like, "Dude, I was really just kidding." That was funny.
Yeah, I think I got mine split up between like it's LA and then there's like Bay Area stuff in there. So I got a lot of like
Oh,
Selly Cell and
LA.
hmm?
LA ain't shit without the Bay. We copied damn near everything
Oh,
that
I
came
know
from the
because
Bay.
like E40, like I heard E40 when I was still in LA, but then when I went to
Everything.
the Bay, like that's when I was hearing like all the other stuff, you know, like Selly
When I
Cell and
was in
them and
middle school, I got mad at my dad because he took the Click CD, and that was
oh
mine. I
no, that's a good one.
He didn't know shit about the Click. The fuck are you using my CD for? You ain't even up on this. Why would you take my shit? See, people don't know. Back in the day, if you took somebody's CD, you were a low down dirty dog.
I
That shit
remember so
was not
when
okay.
I was a kid, I remember I had gotten one of my friends let me borrow their Wu-Tang tape. And and I
Oh, did
remember
you
I was
scratch
playing
it?
no, I was playing it in my room. Now I my parents were pretty liberal. I could basically listen to whatever I wanted, right? Like unlike a lot of kids today, I did not grow up with a television in my room, but I grew up with a stereo. So we all had stereos. But a friend of
Yeah,
mine had given me the Wu Tang, their debut album, and there's that interlude where he's talking about um, using a rusty screwdriver on a guy's nuts.
yeah.
And I remember my dad came in the room because I was blasting it, and 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 so my dad came into the room and he's listening to it, and he just, I swear to God, deadpan face looked at me and was like, "Just turn it down a bit," and then walked out.
It's like Snoop Dogg had copied that on his blue carpet treatment album, and there's a part where he's like, "I just seen you seen the Lil Jon cup that Lil Jon has." He said, "I just seen a nigga piss in it and make another nigga drink it." and my and my dad used to pull up to my school blasting that shit.
I don't even
So
remember that.
it was the opposite. So my dad used to pull up bumping Too Short. Well, so one time I got hurt at basketball practice. I was in like 8th grade,
Life
and
is too short, but now it's kind of funky. I make the beats with me and my homies. No.
no, it was when what's that album that came out? It was on his 16th album. What is that shit called? When he had Blow the Whistle and all that.
Oh, yeah.
It was, I don't remember what the album is called, but yeah,
I
Blow the
can't remember
Whistle.
either.
There was a song on there that he used to blast called 16 Hoes. And that was his shit. And my dad will pull up to my school. He had to pick me up only because I got hurt at basketball practice and I couldn't walk home because I used to live like a mile or two away from school. And I used to either walk or ride my bike. And this nigga pulled up to pick me up and he was blasting the shit out of Too Short. Call her a bitch. Just loud as shit. I ain't gonna lie, I was embarrassed as fuck because everybody was like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "That's my dad."
Oh God. I remember I used to be, because back in the day you could watch music videos. I don't do that now. But I used to be scared of the Bone Thugs and Harmony. What's the one where they're turning all their eyes black? Do you know what I'm talking about?
On Crossroads?
Crossroads, yeah. Where they're turning everybody's eye. And I used to be scared of that.
Wait, were you scared of the intro on Goosebumps?
I didn't watch Goosebumps.
When the dogs, you never seen Goosebumps when the dog's eye color change?
No. No. See, legal egg, it scared you too. Yeah, that video scared me.
Man, I miss my Uncle John.
And then he just walks up on the porch, puts his hand on his forehead, and his eyes turn black. I was like, oh my God, I can't do it.
Uncle John, no, Uncle John.
I was like, I'm not going to sleep tonight. Oh gosh. No, I'm old because I grew up with Dr. Dre and Ed Lover on Yo MTV Rap. So.
Oh, fucking Ed Lover! I was talking about Ed Lover, I think yesterday. I think.
I hate you, Taylor Noir.
Oh, I'm putting it in the wrong.
I'm not going to ask how old your mom is.
Wait, what'd she say?
She said it's because Bedell is as old as my mom. She wouldn't know about these folks. Oh gosh.
Yo,
oh my God.
That's the same thing that I keep saying.
I'm not that old.
A lot of the people on here, like when they start saying like, Vidal is immature. Vidal, but Yado's immature and blah blah. Nigga, I am like in my early 30s. I just turned 33. Of course, I'm gonna think some of the things that y'all don't think is funny. Yes, I'm a little bit more immature than y'all because I'm not old. I'm not 50 years old. I'm not a grandparent.
Do you think that really helps? Hussy is fucking 51.
Oh my nigga. Nigga, you are like 50. You are damn near my mama's age. My parents are, well, hold on. What year is it? My parents are like 55? No, they're 56.
Yeah, Hussy's 51.
56, 57. They were born in 68. My parents are like 56 years old. Hussy, you were like 5 years younger than my parents.
and you see the way he acts. Could you imagine your parents acting that way?
Yeah. I imagine my dad acting that way. If my dad had he was talking about starting, he was like, if me and your Uncle Reggie started a podcast, we get millions of views. And I said, no, Pop, you wouldn't get millions of views. You get canceled in the first or second episode because you niggas is homophobic. You don't know how to tame your tongue, and y'all just be saying whatever. The minute that somebody said anything that y'all didn't agree with in chat, you'd have had a whole episode about them. Like, and you think I'm bad? My attitude comes from my dad. That nigga will talk about your whole life and don't even know you.
Hey, Petty, he looks like he could be DC's age, but no, he's a few years younger.
There's a reason why I always tell people, like, please, if you want to call my parents, don't call my mom because I might beat you up. Please call my dad. Please do. And record it. I want you to record you calling my dad. I would love to hear what that sounds like. You think I'm bad? You think what I say is disrespectful? Please call my dad. I have to tell him to chill out all the time. Ever since I was a kid, I've been telling my dad to chill out. Please call my dad. and record it. It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be the funniest clip that you have on YouTube. I swear to God. And he knows that I stream too. So tell him
Oh,
like,
does
oh,
he?
Yado's on here saying this, this, and that. He gonna be like, and nigga, I'm gonna say worse. And then he's gonna continue to say a lot more worse things.
Oh
My
my
dad,
goodness.
my dad is homophobic. Okay, if he ever met Hussy, he would call him the F God over and over and over and over again.
See, and people think I'm the homo. Well, at least Hussy will tell
No,
people I'm the homophobic one.
you're transphobic, not
Oh, well,
homophobic.
I guess that
That is
too.
great.
Yeah. Yado, you have a request in the chat. Now, I think there's not enough zeros behind what Tasha sent, but I mean, it's your decision.
Wait, what?
Tasha apparently sent you some money.
What'd she send me?
Not enough?
Well, she sent me like $1.
I think like she said 3. Is that what she said? Oh,
$3.
like,
She
that
sent
ain't
me
enough.
$3. That $300.
Oh my God, Hussy was raging about that $2.
For saying the words. Oh, okay, Tasha. I'll do you a solid. I
3,000 taco.
yeah. I do it for $3. For $3. Well, what'd you want me to say? You want me to say what? Fuck your mama or some shit like that? I'm over here doing tap dance for that $3.
Oh my goodness!
All right, you
got to put in work. It's so she can clip you for something, I guess. I don't know.
Look, I'll dance and look you straight in the eye for $3.
What kind of dance you doing? What kind of dance you doing for that?
I'm hip rolling. I'll go up on the pole upside down and look at you. It's like we in what's that movie? It's like we in Players Club. Don't even worry about them. I'm focused on you. Make that money.
Thunder
Don't
Rain.
let it make you.
I'm with you, Thunder Rain. I swear to God, everything is like so exaggerated now.
She's Thunder Rain says, whatever. I'm so over all the isms and phobics. Unless it really applies, people can't even agree on what counts as phobic or is anyway. And this is exactly what Vidal and I had talked about a long time ago. I think when you were on stream, I forgot who you were on stream with. But we talked about how like people overusing these terms is going to make it lose its meaning. So now if I say that somebody's being racist, you're not really going to believe me because of people like Callie and other people on here who keep calling everything racist, right? And negs in them. If I sit there and say that somebody's inappropriate with children, you're gonna sit there and be like, oh well, they call everybody a PDF, so like that doesn't really mean anything. Like if I tell you that somebody is taking advantage of women, oh well, they call everybody a rapist. So all these words get watered down when you keep using them for things that it's not really meant for. It's actually why when I went up on stream with Callie back in the day, I made sure to tell her that I was being an asshole when I went on panel with Peanut and Gigi and them. They weren't sitting there silencing me because I'm black and all that other bullshit. I was being an asshole because they called me a white woman, which I think is a problem, right? You shouldn't be sitting there saying that black people are white. Same thing that they did with you. But because you sat there and called me a white woman, I came up on there and I acted a fool. But don't sit there and act like I didn't act a fool just because I'm black. I don't appreciate that. If they're being racist or saying something racist, then let's address that. If Belinda is making a fucking cake and it's a fucking rebel flag or whatever, who fucking gives a fuck?
Yeah,
who
really
fucking
cares.
cares? What the fuck does that have to do with me? How does it, Vidal? Did that affect you? Was your day
not
ruined?
at all?
Because Belinda showed a cake with the rebel flag on it, with the fucking Confederate flag? No, not at all. Nobody fucking cares. I care about real things. When I thought Hussy was doing a routine of a black woman and he was making his makeup dark, we talked about it. And when I found out that he said that he didn't see her as the help and she was the boss and everything, I took everything back and I was like, I was wrong. And guess what? Guess what? Now that we're arguing, do you hear me sitting here saying that Hussy is doing blackface? Anytime that I've had a problem with Hussy, do I ever sit here and say Hussy is doing blackface? No, because I don't believe that. I don't sit here and switch up just because I'm mad at somebody. And I guess I got tap dance for Tasha. So I got to say, your mama is a bitch.
What was that laugh? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Isn't that how you laugh? Yo, one time he said that my laugh and his laugh wasn't too far off, and I was offended. I was seriously offended. I was like, "Fuck you."
That laugh is disturbing.
Our
Lex.
laugh is the same.
That laugh is hella disturbing.
he sounds like a happier Steve Harvey.
Hey, Patty, I don't. You know what? I don't think that Callie has messed up at this point. I think
Can somebody
that this
block Taylor Noir,
situation,
please? My
huh?
bad. What I was
Someone
just saying.
what?
Can somebody block Taylor Noir in the chat? Fake Vidal. Go on. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say. I think so. So Callie got on live yesterday, and she was explaining the situation with, in a very long-winded way about her baby daddy, and that she hasn't had her child now for like 3 months. And I personally, I think that is better for her, because I don't think that she was mentally stable enough to care for a child on her own. I think that, maybe, well, listen, I don't know the dad. I don't know anything about the dad, but my guess is that maybe I think he's probably a little more mentally stable than she is, because let's face it, Callie is not, she doesn't really display the most cohesive thoughts. Do you know what I mean? Like, she just doesn't come across as being what?
Did you hear that?
No.
Oh shit.
She's histrionic, but she's
Let me move
also
away from the window. Oh shit.
What did a bomb go off or something? What happened?
Somebody's shooting.
Maybe you want to duck?
I'm just moving a little bit away from the window.
Okay, these walls are paper. They're paper thin.
That was loud. That sounded pretty close. It's never really that close. That's crazy. Anyways, go on.
Yeah,
No,
I think
that's not fireworks. I know the difference.
I think the dad taking the child it might be the best thing for her, because she actually, as much as she said that she was stressed and all that stuff, she actually sounded more normal than she has in a while, to me, at least, from what I've experienced of Callie. Callie is like one of my first dramas. Okay.
Yeah, weren't you a part of her community back in the? Didn't she do a stream about you?
She did a whole she did multiple streams about me, like more than once. But she she sounded like she was, you could tell like it's bothering her. But I think maybe what happened is with whatever she's dealing with, because I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just telling you from my observations, she's clearly experiencing something. She was experiencing something going on before she got pregnant. But I think with the pregnancy, maybe it was compounded with, whatever postpartum issues she was having. So yeah, she did a stream.
I'm not gonna comment on that. I don't know what's going on, and especially when it comes to them type of situations, uh, I don't really want to talk about that type of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
you know,
I mean,
I sat
but
here and
what
let you
bothers
talk
me,
about it. I don't care
she's
that you're
putting it
talking
all
about it, but
on,
I'm not going to
she's
talk
putting
about it.
all her personal business on the internet again, which I think is like a terrible thing to do.
Well,
Is
yeah,
that
but when it comes to them type of situations, I don't know exactly what's going on. So I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with you talking about it and speculating, but I'm saying me personally, I'm not going to give an opinion. I'm gonna just sit back
yeah. Mm.
and I guess see what happens. Like I'm not too interested, and I also am not going to give an opinion on it.
Luxie, I hate to disappoint you. Usually when people get to know me, they don't like me. And you probably heard my name for a while, and because I haven't really been around for a while. It's been probably, well, I would say about a year and a half or so. Maybe, yeah. And I think after Hussy and I fell out the first time, I just kind of slowed down. I just wasn't in chats like that. So yeah,
Well,
if you're starting to see me now, it's because I'm starting to pop back up in chats. That's why.
after I lost my channel, you weren't around as much because you were around when I had my old channel.
Yeah. Mm. No, I did kind of stop after Hussy and I first fell out. Like it just wasn't as often, and then eventually it just I just kind of stopped.
That shit is still crazy to me. Why would that nigga think that he knows what's going on about anything? Why would anybody believe Hussy about anything? Like he doesn't know anything about nothing. He doesn't know nothing about my life. He doesn't know nothing about your life. He don't know nothing about Nova's life. He don't know shit.
He will try to convince people that Vicky told him I cried to her, which never happened, and that GP told him that I was a fat ass, and GP's never seen me. GP has said on multiple streams that he's never seen me. Like,
And Hussy, I already warned you. And the main reason why I warned you is because we can get deep. And Vidal, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
oh,
We can get deep about some of this shit. We can talk about you.
oh yeah,
And
Vicky did
yeah,
leave Girl World.
and the only reason why I don't bring it up is because that person wants to be left alone. But we can get
Hmm.
deep about the stuff that you do to your friends, which is why ain't none of us your friend. That's why Vidal ain't never been your friend. That's why I ain't never been your friend. We're acquaintances. And I feel bad for Nikki, for Irate Alex's broad, because she ended up being another one of them bleeding hearts that started to like somebody and she got fucking burned.
Oh yeah, he was going off on Sama today.
Yeah, and Sama too. Look,
For no, and Sama
Sama
was
got
just
mad
like,
at me before. She got mad at me before, and then the next day she was like, it wasn't that serious. I was just playing." Like she don't really take nothing to heart. So why would you even yell at Sama?
well, she suggested that maybe he should calm down a little bit. She wasn't trying to be rude, but he just took it. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do, and just went off on her. And then she was like, "Well, I don't really want to deal with this. I'm gonna leave," because I think she recently had surgery, so she's still recovering. So K
Yeah,
Petty, this is what
yeah,
happened. What happened was Hussy did a
yeah. Because
stream.
I didn't see this. So I actually somebody sent it to me, but I actually didn't see the stream yet. So yeah,
Well, it's
please
the
explain
problem
what
is
happened with Irate Alex and Hussy.
So the problem is this didn't all happen in a stream. What happened was
Mm,
Hussy was doing a stream where Potato came up, and Potato is kind of what I used to be. She's a very generous donor, very very generous donor, and she likes to donate to a lot of creators. So Potato came up and she offered Hussy money to bring other people up, right? So first she asked to have Russ up so she could ask Russ questions, and then she did it with Woti, and then she said, "Well, how about Azria? I'll bring I'll pay you to have Azria up.
But hold on, Vidal. I'm
Do
actually
you want
gonna
to watch
wait.
it?
No, I'm actually gonna wait a little bit because I don't even care that I'm saying this publicly because I know how Hussy is. I'm gonna let him sit there and rage because I know he's pretty pissed about the stream that I did earlier. And when he rages again, then I'm gonna start going over some of this older stuff, and we can like really get into the meat and potatoes of everything. Because y'all know how I get down. I don't sit here and talk about things unless I have receipts. So
Oh,
we
you know
gonna
what I
really
want
get
to
down to
see
it.
that people didn't review as much as they did with him going off on me? I want to
What?
see the one where MFW is trying to like, talk him down, and
We
where
did
he
go over
basically
that.
no. People went over it, but not as often as as going over.
That was the smoke arena.
Yeah, no. I know people went over it, but like for you always see the one where he's going off on me and Bridget, right? That one you
Yeah,
see like over
that
and
one's
over again.
hilarious.
But the MFW one you don't see as often, and I like how it starts off slow, where they're kind of talking, and MFW is just trying to, she's trying to be rational. She's actually very rational in that one.
Right.
Did she fall? No, I don't. Well, I don't know if it's the same one she fell off
No,
her
it's
chair
not
because
the
they
one
got
she
into a
fell
big
off her
fight.
chair. No, it's not that one.
Yeah, it's a different one.
Oh,
It's
but
a different
continue what
one.
you were saying about the Alex and Hussey thing.
Okay, so
So potato was up on there, and
Potatoes
she was
on
paying
panel.
Russ to
She
come
asked
up
to
on
bring
panel.
Azria up. But here's the part that we don't see. The part that we don't see is that Hussy is in a group chat that had Alex, irate Alex, and
Well, hold on. We also need to mention that before this, Hussey had said that he wouldn't bring Azria up on panel, no
yeah.
matter what.
So the first time Potato asks, he was like, "Well, no, I don't want her on. You can ask for anyone except for the people that I blocked." And he talks about the defendant and Azria, right? He's like, just not them. Well, as the stream goes on, Potato asks again, and she's like, "Are you sure? I can pay you for it. I'll pay you three." Like she was again very generous. I'll pay you $300 for it. And the part we don't see is Hussy, I think, while he's on stream, right? He sees the chat, and in the chat, um, Nikki is his mod, and she tells him, she's like, "Well, Hussy, that might not be the best idea. You don't
Well,
like
I
Azra."
was also in this chat at that time, and I was also telling Potato that she was stupid for paying for Russ to
No,
go up
I'm
on
talking
stream.
about the group chat, the group, not
Oh, you're
not his
talking about his
public chat.
personal messages.
Yes, because I don't think this happened in his public chat. I think this happened in their private chat. So in their little group chat, I think Nikki's trying to say, she's like, it might not be the best idea. You don't want to, you know, you don't even want her on panel. You've already said that you don't want her on panel, so it's probably not a good idea to take money for having her on panel, right? Yeah, he said she was blocked forever. Exactly. Well, Hussy, while he's streaming, right? I think he responds. Now, I don't think we know exactly what he said, but I do know that he was very disrespectful to her. And he said he will only say that he called her jealous, but we all know Hussy because he's lying.
He
He
said
didn't
way
just,
more than that.
he said a
Way
lot
more.
more than that. He probably called her a bitch, told her to stop telling him what to do, and that
He
if he
probably
wanted
said
them,
that she was jealous. I think when he was on stream, he was talking about certain people are jealous because I'm making
and
money
that's
and all
and
that
that's when
shit.
it broke out on exactly. That's when it broke out on stream, and you hear Hussy. All of a sudden, the mood changes on the stream, and he starts getting upset. You know, well, I'm not. People don't understand that they
And
can't tell me what
and
to
I
do on
don't
my
care what
stream. And
nobody says. He owed. And I'm glad that he did. I'll give Hussy some kudos for shooting Russ some money. He owed Russ some money. Like and I hope Russ knows. Like I know I said it before, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Don't ever go up on nobody panel, and they getting paid for it, and you not getting no money for that.
yeah, yeah,
Don't ever do that because Russ, you are a fucking gem. If somebody has you up on panel, you have worth. People will pay for you to be up there. You're very entertaining when you sing, the stuff that you say, when you laugh and things like that. People will pay for you to be up on it. Even Potato was trying to ask you questions and stuff. Make sure you get some of that fucking money. Don't be walking around this bitch picking up vapes off the
Good night, Taco.
fuck Taco. Good night,
Oh, I can
Taco.
do that too.
Don't be walking around this bitch over here picking up vapes off the floor, and you could be getting paid for this shit. Don't be going on people panels for free. Ask for a little bit of that money.
Well, so Hussy's starting to get mad on stream. And that's when I think at that point, Alex comes in and he sees what Hussy said, what's said in the group chat, right? Again, not the public chat. He's seeing what Russa Gem down a notch.
All the hate in chat. Y'all are just jealous.
Oh gosh. So I think like at that point is when Alex comes in and he gets mad and basically says, tells Hussy to, KYS. So, and that's when Hussy kind of, again, like I said, you could tell the stream took a turn.
Which is something that Alex says all the fucking time. It's like him telling you to go butter your toast in the morning.
Yeah, but the problem is that it was warranted. Like you're going off. Like all Nikki tried to do was suggest to Hussy not to, not to take money from Azria.
Fuck off. He could have said fuck off, and it would have had the same sentiment as KYS.
Yeah. I think what happened is Hussy overreacted. He overreacted to Nikki.
He always does.
Yes, and Alex didn't like it, and so Alex told him off. And that's as simple as that. And now, as we all know, Hussy can never let it go. Hussy can never be wrong.
Because
ever.
He's a pussy. He's fucking soft. It's what'd you say? Where's Marty at? Oh, Marty might have went to sleep. Y'all niggas is soft. I was fucking rolling when you said that. I was like, dude, that's exactly what I would have said.
Well,
y'all niggas is soft.
They thought I was trying to tell Garbage what to do, and you know what? It wasn't until you reviewed it and I was watching it again. I was like, oh yeah, I was a little bossy with Garbage, but it wasn't intended to be that way.
Y'all niggas
I wasn't trying to be
soft.
bossy with her. It was more that I had Hussy in my ear, so it was kind of hard.
But you're right. I said the same thing to Hussy's mods before. I said the same thing to people in Hussy's chat. I say it about people all the fucking time. You guys are fucking soft. Somebody's talking shit to you online is not that big of a fucking deal. Have you ever had somebody who lives in your apartments and is right outside of your fucking house and they want to fight you and they got 2 or 3 of their friends with them to fight you? If you never
but
had
I promise,
before,
Garbage, I wasn't trying to boss you around it. That was not what I was trying to do.
I don't want to hear shit about, oh, well, this person was. Shut the fuck up. If nobody has ever been outside of your house with weapons and shit like that, knocking on your door, and your mama's scared, shut the fuck up.
And Stan, that is true.
This is why some of the people who are around here, we don't take a lot of this as seriously as y'all do, because this really isn't nothing. This really isn't nothing. Do you think I'm scared if Monty is talking about pulling up to Las Vegas? No.
How did we get on Monty?
I'm just saying, because he was talking about, like, I'm gonna punch you in the dick, and I said, come do it. He was like, I need permission to come nigga, you're not coming to California. You're not coming to America. You're not doing shit. Ain't nothing happening to y'all. I understand people calling all that stuff. It's fucking annoying. And if you ain't touched bases with everybody up in your life and told them about what you do, it can be fucking annoying. But for the most part, ain't shit happening to you, my dude. Ain't shit happening to you. Chill the fuck out. You sound fucking sensitive. I understand, somebody calling you a predator and you going out and about and people are telling people where you're at while you're streaming. I get that, right? I wouldn't want that to even happen to me. Somebody calling me a predator and then saying where I'm at.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. Of
Yeah,
course.
but he doesn't know how to have the appropriate reaction for the appropriate harm. Do you know what I mean? He goes from 0 to 100 for like and here's the thing, if have you noticed? He tends to be late to react to things, right? When something happens, he has the initial reaction, but then he stews in it. And then the next day he reacts even more, and then he keeps reacting to it. Have you noticed that? Like he keeps thinking and
Dude,
ruminates and
one
goes,
time he cried. He was talking about some shit with the defendant and he started crying.
yeah,
I
yeah,
have I
unfortunately.
have nightmares and dog.
Yeah, and
You do when I said you don't want this smoke, I'm trying to help you. You think AK is bad because she's digging into your real life? You don't like it when people just talk about you. Period. You don't want this smoke because I'm going to talk about you over and over and over again and you're going to fucking cry. Like you always do, like you have before. I'm not making this up. That's the difference between me and you. I'm not making this up. You've cried because we were talking shit about you. This is a real thing. You cried because Vidal was talking about you. When she laughed at me when I said that I was swatted. So the fuck what? It's not the end of the fucking world.
I
You
think
know,
what's happened is I say this a lot now, but DC was right. Oh my God, when she used to go in on Hussy, she I feel like she knew what she was talking about. You're not living. Oh my God, but like I feel like when he was growing up, he wasn't told no. He,
the only
he's so
child.
Yeah, he's so used to getting his way that the only thing he knows how to do, and if you notice, it's not real crying. It's the fake crying. Like he fake cries because he recovers pretty quickly, if you've ever noticed.
Yeah, all them tears stop pretty goddamn fast.
hmm And his camera's always off when he starts the whole crying thing. So I don't. People tend to do that a lot. I saw that AJ went live, and I was going to say, yeah, AJ does the same thing. The fake crying. I don't like the fake crying.
Stop complaining. We're all adults. Okay? Nobody likes for you to sit there and trauma dump. Like I don't tell you guys about what's going on in my life because
Well,
I
it's
don't
not
want
so
I,
much
I
that
don't want
it's
you to
trauma
I don't want
dumping,
you to pity me or like it, and also because none of your fucking business.
but it's not so much that it's trauma dumping. It's just the things that people cry about, especially for Hussy, are like so like immaterial. Do you know what I mean? They're so
Yeah, like
minuscule.
nothing. And that's what I said a long time ago. I said, Hussy, is there anything actually happening to you? Is your
Yeah, nothing,
everyday life affected? Or is,
nothing.
is is there anything going on that's stopping you from doing what you do? Can you still go to the store? Can you still go outside? Like are you can still go on about your everyday life the same exact way, right? So then
Yep.
nothing happened to you.
Oh, Bali fake cries. I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, we can't tell because of her accent.
uh,
She always sounds like she's crying.
oh, Luxie, I'm the same way. I don't like when streamers when they get on and they're like, I was just crying before I came live. Yeah, I know exactly what you
Dude,
mean.
there
That
was a
shit's so
time
annoying.
where somebody DC had brought up uh DC brought up a person that had passed away that took their own life, and Miss Parker was talking about them because DC had brought her up. and Miss Parker started crying, and I was on lunch break at work, and I hopped on panel, and I was like, "You got me fucked up. Why are you talking about this? Why are you sitting here crying on stream? What the fuck is wrong with you? Shape that shit up. Stop crying, and continue on with the stream that you're doing. Don't start explaining stuff and boo-hooing and all that. I'm like, we don't do that. We don't cry on stream.
Yeah, but that was
That's
more of a
that's
genuine
personal.
reaction. I'm talking about the fake ones,
No,
which
even
is
if it was genuine, it doesn't matter. That's a personal moment.
I
Don't do
know, but
that
I'm not
on
gonna I'm
stream.
not gonna hold that against someone. If you're having a genuine reaction to something, like if like I mean, I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but sometimes, memories get stirred up and you just
I
happen
think
to have
you
a
need to go
reaction.
off stream. I think you should go off a line, off a line. You should go offline for a minute and chill out. Like if you want to stream again after that, that's fine and dandy. But
Well, yeah,
if you
no,
start crying and
that's
stuff, I
fine.
think that you need to bow out.
Yeah, no. That part I understand. I'm just saying I'm not gonna go in on anyone who's having a genuine feeling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But when it's to be manipulative, like what Hussy does with the fake crying, or when people they claim, oh my god, I'm dealing with all this stuff in my life, and you don't understand, and it's like, oh my god, please, let's not. Everybody deals with stuff.
yeah. That's when it also gets to be dry begging. When somebody's sitting there crying and boo-hooing, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, "Thank you so much for donating." That's dry begging. We know what it
As
is.
much as Yato sounds like an asshole, he told me the same thing because I was pissed when I was taking shots for Fidel. Taylor Noir. Poor Taylor Noir. Oh my god.
But I'm just saying, when I say my opinion or when I say things that I think, like that goes for everybody. It doesn't mean that like, oh, I'm specifically saying it for you. No, like if I feel like that, I feel like that.
And
That
Stan,
goes for
yes.
everybody.
Like the bread tuber who cry so their audience pays for their taxes. Or how about their internet?
Oh, the $200 internet.
Your $200 internet.
My shit be freezing up on me, but I ain't never asked y'all for 200.
Don't get me wrong. Internet is expensive, but that expensive?
I
No.
don't think it's 200.
I don't think it's I don't think it's that much either.
I think somebody might be trying to pass out on stream again.
Oh, ooh, that was a little low. That was just a bit low. Yeah, $100 a month sounds about right for if
if you
you're
know, you
off of
know.
the initial plan.
If you know, you know. If you don't, then you don't. Wait, is that nerdy and spicy? Once again, if you know, you
I don't know
know.
what you're talking about. Streaming internet is different than work internet. Everybody knows that, Vidal. And
Everybody
Stan.
knows that. Work internet.
Oh gosh.
I would never
I mean,
fall.
yes, you can pay for different speeds, but what the fuck kind of like hyper speed is she paying for? Because that is ridiculous.
Y'all paying for a different type of speed.
For real. That's like the speed of light. As much as she's paying.
The speed of light that makes her fall asleep.
Oh, why don't do that? I disavow.
Dude, it's not me. She said this herself. Okay.
I know, but I don't. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to go there with her. Come on now. I don't like that. I don't like the woman at all, but like
Well,
I'm not gonna go in on that.
well, we. One time she fell asleep on stream, and next didn't know what to do. He was so stuck. He didn't want to embarrass her.
Luxie, I think you and I are the only ones because I swear I do love her voice too.
Oh my! I hate her voice so much. Wait. Who said they love her voice? Because there's only one other
Luxie.
person. Oh no, there's a third person who loves her voice. I ain't gonna say their name, but there's a third person that we all know and love.
Fresh. That is a common occurrence around these parts. Starting memberships and then dipping.
At least I was
And
nice enough to put it for $2 and tell people that I didn't have shit for memberships. I was like, I ain't got shit for you for a member stream, but I put it at $2.
I want to go up. Daria, you're right. So she says, just got caught up, but it seems like Hussy leads a pretty chill life. He has everything he needs. That's a beautiful thing, in my opinion. And I agree. I think
Mm.
a lot of people would think that that was a beautiful thing, but I swear he seems to be the most unhappy man alive.
Yeah, you would think that when you live in subsidized housing or subsidized apartments that you probably shut the fuck up about other people's finances, but you know.
Not just that, but like be happier. Like you have all the time. You have what a lot of people don't have. All the time in the world.
Yeah, and but mad at me because I have what a lot of people don't have either, and that's family.
That too.
Guess what? I ain't gonna be homeless for a long time if I ain't got no place to stay. I got my mama, I got my daddy, I
Yeah, but
got I got my
even without
granddaddy, I
family,
got my brother, I got other people in my family and stuff, and not everybody is that lucky.
but even without family, you can still build your own community. And it seems like he doesn't know how to do that or he doesn't want to do that. He only wants to do he only wants to do it online, which I think is unhealthy, you know?
Mm, it's not that I wouldn't say that it's unhealthy to do it online. I would say the way that he goes about it. Because like evidently there's some people on here who aren't really that great at judging somebody's character. I've said this before.
Clearly. Clearly. There seems to be a lot of people.
Because even Alex will say like, "Oh, there's no online friends and all that stuff," but
That's not true.
I'm pretty I'm
I
pretty I'm
know
pretty close with the petty fan people, like, and I mean like in real life. Like me and Miss Parker have been around each other in real life, and she's been over to my apartment and stuff like that.
mhm,
And like me, Nova, and BGTV, like we have real life connections. Like we've helped each other
mhm.
privately, like with things and stuff like that. Like whether it be like online or our actual real lives. So I don't necessarily believe that. God damn.
What the hell? Now I heard that.
Jesus.
And I'm
I
with
hear the
you.
police.
If I think Hussy would do well, but the problem is I don't think he has the ability to stick around long enough to make it worth his while. Do you know what I mean? He's too he doesn't know how to play nice. Because he can't play nice long enough, I don't think he would last. So
Um,
Anstan mentioned the whole locale live. He probably would do well.
so hold on, I'm moving a little bit because why were they spread apart like that?
What are you talking about?
Because that was what I heard the first time, and that time it sounded closer, and it was very. It don't matter. I'm nothing.
I'm
Keep
telling
keep
you,
saying what you were saying.
maybe you need a duck. Do you need to get off of this stream? Do you need to go hide in the closet or something?
I ain't never hid in the closet in my life.
I'm just saying, just
Well, actually, no, that's not true. When I've snuck in when I was in high school, I snuck into my girlfriend house and I snuck into the closet because she was smart enough to know that if I hid under the bed, that I might get caught. And her mama looked under the bed too.
well, damn.
When she went to the closet, she's like, "Get out my room."
Yeah, no, they will be always fighting with each other, but the problem is that I don't think Hussy has the ability to stick around. Do you know what I mean? Like he would call it quits instantly, I think. Yeah, Hussy is definitely an only child. An only child born to very privileged parents who I agree with DC did not get enough love at home.
So K Petty says, not a knock on anyone else, but isn't Hussey an only child? And this is exactly what I said earlier. This is what I said earlier in my previous stream. Is that I kind of feel sorry for people who are only children, only childs, and they also don't really have that much family either. Like that shit must low key suck for them because not only do I have four siblings, but I also have like how many cousins? I have like 40 cousins, 40 or 50 cousins. Like I have so many people to be around without actually having any friends that I'm just related to. And that shit must suck. And I don't think that you really understand what it's like to interact with people socially unless you've been around a lot of people. And if you don't really have any siblings and you don't really have that much family, then you don't really know how to interact with people, right? Because the first time I got my ass whooped was by one of my cousins, of course.
Well, you don't just learn it from having family. You learn it from also being exposed to it. And I don't think he was. I think what happened was
Yeah,
is like DC said this, parents probably paid for a lot of stuff for him, bought him all, whatever he wanted, but they didn't really show it, probably didn't show love the way they probably should have. Um
they probably didn't teach him anything
yeah,
because the him saying like, oh, like y'all go stupid and blah blah, all that dumb shit. Like that nigga has no idea. My parents sat there and made sure that I wasn't dumb. They sat there and made sure that I could read. They made sure that I was advanced at reading. Oh, when I used to get in trouble, I used to have to read the dictionary and write down the words. My dad used to have me do spelling homework. I had to do school homework and then I had to do my dad's homework. And he gave me certain words that I had to write out 5 times and put into a sentence and all that. Like, don't your parents didn't sit there and take their time with you to make sure that you weren't a dumbass nigga. You turned out to be a dumbass nigga. Like I said,
oh
when I
god.
was on stream, he's like, "Oh, you don't read and blah." I'm like, dude, I'm like, if anybody even listened to the both of us, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't pick you over me to think that you read over I do. And like I said, I literally have books right here. Like I have a book on how to learn Arabic. I have Frankenstein. I have a couple of my John Grisham books. I have some history books and stuff like that. Like I read all types of stuff.
Yeah, but he's not intellectually curious. You're over here trying to make a comparison to someone who just doesn't he never learned that. He never learned to be critical in his thinking. He was never taught all that
Read Cat
stuff.
in the Hat right now. Read Llama Llama. Read Llama Llama in pajamas right now. Somebody read Hop on Pop. For a $300 super chat, Yato can learn to read. For only like 16 cups of Dunkins a day, you too can educate a Yato. Not educate a Yato.
A lot of times we can all give advice, but whether or not we take our own advice is just kind of a thing. People have the ability to see things that they probably don't see in themselves. I'm certain that I'm that way.
Uh, almost anytime that I'm talking about somebody and they say something about me, like almost always, they think that I'm doing something or something is going on because that's what they do. And it's the weirdest shit to me. I'm like, you guys are constantly projecting what you do online, and you think that everybody else does the same thing as you.
It was Kate Petty saying it. She didn't know if DC should talk. She gives the same vibe. It's possible. It's possible. I'm just saying that, yeah, hey, even a broke clock is right twice a day.
Till Alexi gets it. Same, same,
Don't
same.
don't think I'm over here caping for DC. That will never,
Yeah,
ever,
you are.
ever happen.
You're basically a cuck for DC.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say that
You
she was
are
right about
riding
Hussy.
up her ass.
She was right about a few people. I will give her that, and that's about as far as it goes.
Hmm.
Other than that,
I was
she.
laughing when she had went over me and Hikase going at it, and
Oh,
even
did
DC
she?
was, yes, she did, and even DC was like, "Hey, Katie, you're fucking tripping."
I haven't watched DC in a long time, so I have no idea.
I didn't want to take the compliment, but I'm like, damn. I'm like, even when DC is dunking on you, and she's absolutely 100% right.
That is a rare feat.
Yeah, on Kiwi Farms, they were like, "That's." I ain't gonna lie, that shit had me laughing. They're like, Yato is barely sentient, and this nigga is making some very good points on you. I was like, fuck y'all, but thank you. Call me barely sentient.
Oh gosh, I have to cook dinner. Blah.
For who?
Well, not for me.
Lonely ass nigga.
Well, I'm not hungry, so
I'm cooking for you peoples.
yes.
Yeah, I know how that goes. I be having to tell people, I'm like, I don't cook for grown ass men unless they my dad or my granddaddy. That's the only two niggas I cook for. Other than that, I only put something in the pan for
Mm.
children. That's it. Children, my broad, or my granddaddy or dad. That's about it. I fucking hate cooking. I hate it so much. I
I
also,
can't say that I like it, but I do it. I do it.
I'm
It's
glad that we brought
affordable.
this up. I'm glad that we brought this up. Hussy, you can't fucking cook. I've been watching you over the fucking years, and you can't fucking cook. Everything that you make is a fucking disaster. It's a fucking
Oh,
disaster.
do you know what? That was one of the things that caused him to like rage to Vicky about me.
Was what?
I don't know if you remember there was one stream where I was getting on him about his cooking, and he was so mad about it afterwards. I thought we were joking. I don't know if you remember that stream.
Looks like hospital food. No, I don't remember that.
Oh gosh, it was like people thought that the shit was hilarious. I thought it was all a joke because I was talking about how terrible the cooking was, and like he wasn't doing this, and why didn't he needed to wash his hands, and like he was so mad about it.
Dude, what I remember one time,
Hey, RBM.
one of my neighbors, she said that she was cooking and the water had went off, right? And she's like, "Oh, the water went off like right in the middle of me cooking." And she said that she finished cooking. And I asked my brother at the time, I said, "How? How did she finish cooking if the water was off?
Daria remembers.
Was this bitch not washing her hands? You a nasty ass bitch. What do you mean the water cut
Ew.
off? The water cut off and you finished cooking? How? I need water when I cook. I gotta wash my hands like every 5 seconds when I
Mm-hmm.
cook. If I touch something, I wash my hands. If I cut something, I wash my hands. Anytime I do anything, I wash my hands.
Yep. Anytime there's meat and vegetables.
You
K
wash your
Petty
hands.
remembers. And I
Oh,
think
so a couple of y'all remember.
yeah, it was, and I remember that was the stream, and I think that was like the stream that kind of set it off because he was raging to Vicky about me, and that's when Vicky was like, "Well, you need to talk to her." Like,
Dog, he can't cook. He got mad at me one time because I told him that he don't put no seasoning on his food.
it's also he was like the way, oh my God, it's just the way he was doing it. And he also has the knack to take the worst food pictures ever. I don't know. Everything he takes a picture of looks so unappetizing to me. The color is off. It looks weird. It just doesn't look appetizing at all. I don't know how he does it, but he takes the worst food pictures. It's like people who take pictures on Thanksgiving. I hate Thanksgiving food pictures.
Oh
They're
my God.
always so bad.
Well, I did take one. I took one Thanksgiving food picture, and that was only because I cooked all of the food for Thanksgiving. That was the only time I ever took a picture of my plate because I cooked it myself and I was proud of myself. But
Please
other
don't
than,
tell me
other than
the
that,
plate was brown, because that's another thing that gets me, because they'll put the Thanksgiving plate together and they'll pile it
what do
high
you
because they
mean?
know they're about to
What do you
go in,
mean?
right?
No, 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 no,
But then
no. Absolutely not.
everything on it,
I'm the type
everything
of
on it.
person. Look, I'm the type of person that don't want my greens, like, cause greens got juice in them, right? I don't want my
Yeah.
greens touching my macaroni and cheese.
Well, no, here's the thing about Thanksgiving food, right? A lot of the stuff tends to be the same color or look the same, right? So they'll
Yeah,
put like some turkey on there with the mashed
I
potatoes and
don't.
then the
Yeah, I don't
stuffing and
eat
then
no
the
turkey.
brown gravy, and
I
everything
don't
is
eat
brown,
stuffing.
right? And it looks horrible in a picture if you don't break it up with something, right? If you don't have like a
Yeah, you
salad or
gotta
something
you gotta like
colorful.
mix it. You gotta like mix it. You
Yeah.
gotta It's what does Gordon Ramsay say? You gotta make it palatable.
Yeah, exactly. So Thanksgiving food pictures are always like the worst to me. They always kind of make me gag, and I'm just like, oh, I hate that's one of the things I hate about Thanksgiving. One of the worst things I hate about everybody's posting on social media their fucking Thanksgiving
eat
plates,
eat
and
the
they don't know how
rainbow.
disgusting it is. Eat the rainbow. Yes. No, eat the rainbow for sure. Definitely.
No, for real, because if I'm gonna take a picture of a plate, it's gonna have some macaroni and cheese, right? Then I'm gonna have some ham. I don't really do turkey, unless it's fried. Then I'm gonna have some chicken, and my greens are always off into a bowl by itself because I don't want my greens touching nothing. And if there ain't no bacon or no ham hocks or nothing inside of them, then they're not really greens.
Luxie, I have noticed that too. Not that I watch it now that often, but oh my God.
But
The few times I've watched her and she's cooking, it takes forever. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck
who?
are you doing? Like, she
Who?
can't
Who?
now.
Oh no, no, I don't watch her.
No, I don't really watch her, but like the few times I have, oh my God, it was torture. And then she stops to argue with her parents or to search for this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, oh my God, she is difficult to watch. She really is very difficult to
Oh
watch.
my God, K Petty, thank you. She said everyone taking pics of dry
Yes.
mac and cheese. Stop it. Yo, if your mac and cheese isn't popping, stop taking pictures of it, please, 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 please. If you don't have no thick crust at the top of cheese, I don't. If that shit isn't nigga.
You don't wait a minute. Do you like your mac and cheese baked?
Yeah, hell yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because I like to put like breadcrumbs and stuff on top.
I would probably punch you in the face.
You don't like the breadcrumbs? I like the
No,
breadcrumbs.
don't put no fucking breadcrumbs on my macaroni and cheese.
They're really good with the breadcrumbs.
I like a cheese crust. Just
You
cheese.
still get a
Put
cheese
cheese.
crust, but then
You
you
can
put
put
like a little bit of the
flour.
crumb.
You can put flour in it. You can make it creamy by putting milk and stuff in it. But if I just don't want breadcrumbs. That's it.
Okay, well we can omit the breadcrumbs, or we'll do half with breadcrumbs, half without.
And the half without would be the half that I'm taking home.
Yes, Tele Noir knows it's the texture.
Every
I
every
like the
every
mix.
time every time that so well, I ain't gonna explain all that. Every time that my granny makes mac and cheese, she makes me some off to the side for me to take home. So I have like half a pan full for me to take
Yeah,
home.
you should have at least that.
I had yeah. She puts it in
Like, what's
the
the point if it's
she
not
puts it
if it's
in the
less than that?
oven, and she'll pull me to the side and be like, "Your macaroni and cheese is over." I'm like, all right, thank you. And I take that shit home. I don't care. There could be uh what's some shit's called? There could be larvae and all that stuff
Ew.
like fruit flies or whatever is starting to get into my macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna eat that shit for like two or 3 days straight before that shit get old.
When my ex and I first got together, like our first Thanksgiving, he did the mac and cheese, right?
Oh no.
And
He did the mac and cheese where? It was just
no, he
y'all?
no for his family. Yeah, we went to his family's house. Everybody cooked. He made the mac and cheese. I forgot what I made. I think I made
I'm
sweet potatoes.
I meant after y'all. I didn't mean
What?
while I was eating it. I meant after. Because they're like gross. I don't mean while I'm eating it that there's larvae and shit in there. I meant after, like I would keep it until it got old.
But so like that was his thing, making the mac and cheese. And then one year, he didn't really want to make it, and I was like, "Well, I'll make the mac and cheese this time." And everybody loved it more than his. I basically took his recipe and like added to it, like added my own little to it. And I'm gonna tell you one of my secrets that he didn't do, because he liked to do like the 5 cheese thing, right? He would have like,
Yeah, people do the multiple cheeses and all that.
yeah. But my multiple cheese, I took one of them and switched it out with some smoked cheddar or smoked Gouda.
Ooh,
And let me tell you, that smoky cheese makes all the difference. So if you
smoked
ever,
Gouda.
yes, it is so good. They got different smoked cheeses. And the store that I went to had like I think it was like smoked Gouda and smoked cheddar, and I think those were the two that I got.
Look,
Um,
nigga, this is not a hussy stream. We're not sitting here talking about food the whole time. Next thing you know, Vidal gonna start talking about taking shits.
no, 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 no. No, thank you.
Because that pretty much sums up a hussy stream when he doesn't have any drama. He talks about food and he talks about taking shits.
That's all. Yeah. Yeah.
And
But
you know
he's such
what?
an
I
entertainer.
I remember saying this about MFW because I don't know, I have no idea how MFW does it. And Hussy, you're not MFW, but I have MFW will have 200-300 people in her chat, and she'll just be talking about absolutely nothing, a
She
whole
still
bunch
can
of
do that.
nothing. Still,
She still can do it. Yes. When I dropped into her stream a couple weeks ago, she had like 90 people in there, and
dude,
this was a new
that shit
channel.
that shit is wild to me. She's not that interesting to me, but people find her so interesting. She can just sit there and talk about whatever, and people will pop in to hear her talk. That shit's crazy to me.
She can. You know what? I don't know. I don't know if she's drinking like that now, but she can be entertaining. It's just it's hard to find it in the sea of her streams. Do you know what I mean? Like she'll stream for like,
Yeah,
6 hours, but there's only like maybe 20 minutes that's
we all know
interesting.
that some people capitalize off of that. Like Katie, you'll sit there and stream for hours, and there's little tidbits in between that you really want to be there for, so people will watch.
Charisma, it befuddles us sometimes. Yeah, that's true.
I always love when people overestimate themselves and they think that everybody is there just to hear them, when really they're kind of just there just to hear the drama. Like, I have 50 people in chat right now, right? These 50 people here are not in here just to hear me and you talk. We know
Oh,
this.
is that what happened, Daria? She had a
We
seizure?
we know for a fact that you guys are here just to hear drama, and nobody is really delusional about that. It's
Oh
pretty
yeah.
evident. We know this. Like, y'all not here for me. If it was just me, if I was just on here talking, I would get at least 20, 30 people. When I do streams where I'm just sitting here talking about nothing, I get about 20 people in the chat. But there's nothing wrong with that. Just know your worth, know where you at, stay in your lane, and understand the pecking order, right? If I talk about drama, I know I'm gonna get some numbers. That's just how it goes. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's not how it works. If I talk about drama, you guys are gonna show up. When I was doing the Monty stream, it was like 70, 80 of y'all. Cause y'all wanna hear the drama. The same way that I do. Cause guess
Drama
what?
pays.
If you niggas is not dropping no drama, I am not listening to your stream. If your mama is sitting there talking about foodie beauty, I'm not popping up. If he's talking about with Nomadness Life or whoever, if he's talking about certain people, I don't pop up. If he's talking about Emerald Reed, I don't pop up. But if your mama is talking about drama, you can bet your ass I'm about to be there. For
I will
sure.
say the few streams I've seen from her lately, K Petty, she physically looks a little healthier than she had been looking. And I did not see her drinking, or at least not to excess like she used to do. But that was only the few times I've been watching her. So I don't think she's doing that on TikTok as much.
Yo, I don't even care about your mama trying to get a show with Keem. I personally think that people should do shows with people that they disagree with more often, because it makes the greatest content. When Joe Budden used to do what was that show called? Everyday Struggle. When he used to do Everyday Struggle with DJ Academics, that shit was great. I love to hear Joe Budden sit there and yell at DJ Academics all day, every day, like at least once a week. It was very fulfilling.
You know who your mama wants to be like? Your mama wants to be like Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah,
And
basically.
he's just not. he's just not.
Basically.
He can be, don't get me wrong, he can be funny. I just don't know if he can sustain that. Do you know what I mean?
You don't know if he can what?
Sustain it.
What do you mean?
Like to be consistently that way. Do you know what I mean? Because part of his issue is well,
He has a problem with
he's
being the heel.
well, he's kind of doing the Stephen A. Smith thing, because Stephen A. Smith has been doing it lately too with the whole. I don't know why he
Well,
wants to
Stephen A.
go into
Smith has
politics.
no problem with being the heel, and he doesn't complain about it. Like, if he's the heel and people are going at him and all that, like it's pretty good for him, and he kind of relishes in it.
No, what and Stan says, no, he can't. He was on one of the small shows and he kept looping. Yeah, that's his problem. He's not diverse enough in his abilities, if you know what I mean.
I get
He's
what you
funny.
mean. He's not good at rolling with the punches as some of us are, like when we deal with people.
He relies on a very small subset of like jokes. Do you know what I mean? Like he doesn't have a very a big pool of jokes or whatever that he can pull
It's like
from.
when people like freestyle off the dome, right? there are certain phrases and things that they use over and over again
Yeah.
to
He's
fill
very
in.
limited.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And that's always been his problem. He's never been, you know, well, I'm trying to find a nice way to say it. He just doesn't have a lot to choose from.
Well, don't say talks too much because I talk too goddamn much.
Well, I think what she means is he talks, but he says a whole lot of words, and there's really nothing coming out. And then what he does is he tries to, exclamation point everything with a terrible laugh. That's his way of kind of like jumping from one subject to the next. He throws in that laugh to give him a chance to kind of think of something to come up with, and it doesn't work for him very well. Like I said, he's very limited. He doesn't really have much to draw from, and he just kind of goes with the same type of joke, the same type of phraseology pretty much all the time. It's
Well, it's kind of
it
like
gets
what I
boring.
just said in my earlier stream. There are some folks that they can't really go too deep into topics. Like, you know, um, if we start talking about racism and other things, like we can have a very deep, profound, like nuanced conversation about it. But I don't think Yo Mama or like Hussy or somebody, like I don't think they can have them type of conversations. And I really don't think when it comes to other things, like Hussy is gay, and I don't think that he can really have a profound conversation about, you know, politics and relating to gay people and things
No,
like that.
he does not have the ability to speak on a deeper level about things. They're unfortunately that's a common lolcow trait. They tend to be very surface level.
Very. That's usually how it works with some of the folks around here is you either believe this. If you say that you believe this, then that means that you don't believe that, even though you never said that, and there's no such thing as nuance. It's pretty much how it goes over here.
Vidello or Vidella. The V man
Wadella,
is all from Yato. That was Yato's idea.
you are the V man. Everybody been saying that you're G man, so
Oh gosh.
you're V man now.
Yeah, I like V man. We'll stick with it for a while.
All we
They
need,
stay in.
we just need you to do a doxing stream, a doxing and threatening stream,
Who,
and
me?
then and then I need you to call GP fat and tell him that you want to meet up in like town square or somewhere and fight.
Oh gosh.
That's what he did. He told GP that he wanted to fight, and then you bitch ass niggas took down his channel. I was so fucking mad. They took down G Man's channel the week that he was supposed to meet up with GP and fight.
Oh.
I hated everybody. Everybody who had anybody who was even like, yeah, I what's the word? I reported G Man's channel. I was like, fuck you, uh, fuck all of you. I was so fucking pissed. You guys are assholes.
Yes. Didn't GP make a video singing about meeting up with Negs? Yes. 1, 2, GP's coming for you.
Except GP actually showed up in the city. That's the
Well,
difference.
the funny thing is that when he posted that, no response. Remember? And it took him like a couple days, and they're like, "Oh my god, he was trying to hunt us down. He was trying to." It took him like a couple days to kind of come up with this. Well, he was coming after us type thing.
Well,
Even though it
that's
was
pretty
just
much what
him
happened with me too.
on the
When
freeway driving by the sign.
when Negs and DC came to Vegas, they blocked me and didn't want anybody to know that they came to Vegas. And then when AK came to Vegas, she tagged me as soon as she left. They all do this.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about like the Negs and DC thing and the AK thing? I wouldn't have even popped up on them. I wouldn't even bother them. Like I would have just went about my business and laughed at them being in my city. Like I'm not. You guys aren't important enough for me to pop up on you. That's not gonna happen. Now, if Tragic popped up in Las Vegas, I might wear a mask and whoop his ass, but only him.
Well, he wouldn't be able to handle it. You know, he got that IBS.
He got more than IBS. He got booty hole cancer. Dog, don't ever come online talking shit to people and you got cancer in your ass.
Does he really have cancer?
I don't fucking know, and I don't care. All I know is that this nigga keeps talking about booty hole cancer. And he keeps talking about his booty hole over and over again. My booty hole hurt. I don't know what he been saying a whole bunch of weird shit. Don't come on here if you got talking shit to people if you got booty hole cancer.
I don't know why you reminded me. So I watched this political streamer, and he he likes to do AI videos of the various people in our government. And one of his favorite things to do is to make the guy say, "My butthole hurts." It cracks me up.
And it reminds you of Tragic, huh? That's exactly what that's probably exactly what he says in the background before they go on stream. He'd be like, my butthole hurts, y'all.
I don't know why. It cracks me up every time he does it. They're corny ass AI videos of like Tom Homan or
I bet you he sits down with a donut on his booty.
Oh no. Oh no. He's got the padded toilet seat cover. Because he can't sit down on the toilet.
Yeah. He gotta have what's it that old people donut?
Yeah, the one that's like 5 inches high.
Yeah.
And hella padded.
You damn near standing up.
He's got the Hank Hill ass damn.
He's got a narrow urethra.
Oh my god.
No, you remember Hank Hill had to have implants, and he was doing like a mower race, and when he was turning, his implants popped. That's tragic. He got booty implants. He got a BBL. BBL tragic.
Oh god.
BBL tragic.
I don't know if you guys are
nigga.
if you're ever on like TikTok or actually I think he does YouTube shorts too. It's the magician. What's his name? Tyler, I think. He always dresses up as a character and it's always some kind of like sexual innuendo. Like
I don't know. Trying to be on TikTok. I don't know.
Instead of John Cena, he does like John Pena, and then he does he does magic tricks as that character, and he cracks me up and he'll wear like a butt implant thing. This shit's hilarious.
BBL Bodega.
I like that. BBL Bodega. That's good.
BBL Bodega. BBL Bodega. I'm thinking that snicker. I'm thinking that nigga.
Oh my goodness.
Not like you don't know me. You're the best BBL in history. I know
water
you see
retention.
This blow up. It's BBL Bodega. BBL Bodega. That's what I'm gonna end this. That's what I'm gonna end the stream with this song. Is BBL Drizzy. Oh my god. Hank Hill was wearing a Medi-Cal prescribed gluteal orthotic. He had butt implants. They were little butt implants, and they pop.
Oh my gosh.
Tragic
I'm
has
choking
booty
over here.
implants. I don't care what nobody says. Tragic has booty implants, and when he streams, he has to sit on a donut. Oh shit! It's this is always funny to me. I guess I'm gonna do what I used to do, and I'm gonna just have open panels and let the people who say that they have a problem with me pop on here, and like always, they're not gonna pop on. Like Hussy was scared to come up last night, and I wouldn't even offer him for me. I don't know why he's like, "Oh, you brought all these people on panel." I said, "Do you want to come up on panel and talk to
Mm-hmm.
Scientist Sam? Not me, not Vidal." I said, "Scientist Sam."
I don't know why Hussy doesn't understand that you can control who's on the panel. Because remember how he's always bitching? Well, you were coming up on my panels. Well, you let me up.
He lets you up.
He always let me up.
Oh, and guess what? He has a problem with Russ being on panel, and don't he
But
tell him to get
he
off?
lets him up.
But doesn't he tell him to get off too?
Yeah, I think he has.
So couldn't he have did the same thing to you? Oh, Vidal, I don't want to talk right now. Not you.
Yeah. He could have done that plenty of times. He never did.
It's almost like he's cool with people, and then he switches up later and acts like he never
Mm.
was okay with you.
Yep. He kicks Russ when he's annoyed. See, that's the thing. He never, as much as he cried about me being on his panel, he never kicked me. He has the ability to
Nope.
do that, and he never did.
Nope. I've never seen him kick you the way that he does Russ.
Nope, never, not once, not even one time. We've gotten
I've
into
never even
arguments.
I never even heard him beat like so when he like when Russ comes up, he like, "What do you want now?" I've never heard him say that to you.
Mm-mm. Nope. And he would
And
always start off, as a matter of fact, I think when the last times I was on his panel, I think I recorded it. I need to go dig for that. Where and it was me trying to help him because this was during the time when he said he was going to change his content, but instead what he did is he got on another stream and he was bitching about DC and Negs. And so I got on and I came on after Russ. He had Russ on again. And then he told Russ to get off panel so he could talk to me. He actually got Russ off panel so he could talk to me. And then we just chatted up, and of course
and
he did his
thank you for the Cash App lexicon. She didn't say nothing but lore for lore. All right, continue.
Yeah, it was, and we had a very cordial conversation, and it was just him, talking about because I said I thought you said you were going to change your content, because he got stressed out. He had another one of those streams where he was stressed out about DC and eggs, and we talked about that, and he did not kick me off, and I think we had like a 20-minute conversation about it.
It's almost like Hussy has no integrity and he doesn't really keep the same rules that he has for everyone and everything. Right? Like he does this all the time. Like he'll say
Yeah.
something about one person, but he won't keep that same energy with another person. It's like when he's trying to say the same thing about me now that he said about you, like, "Oh, I tolerated Yado." There was no reason to tolerate me. The
Yeah.
the only reason why you would even say that you tolerated me is just so that I wouldn't talk about you. Because like I said before,
Yeah.
you don't want me to talk about you. You know that I'm gonna hurt your feelings. And so because you know that I'm gonna hurt your feelings, you want me on your side. And now that I'm
Yeah.
not on your side, you're like, "Oh, I don't care. I don't care." But you do. Because I know a lot about you. You know that I know a lot of the fuck shit that you do. And you know I'm about to rip you a fucking new one. Ain't really much that you can say back because you don't know shit about me. At all. Nobody knows nothing about me. I wouldn't say nobody. Vidal knows some things about me. Taylor Noir knows some things. People who have been around the Discord or people that I personally talk to, they know certain things about me, but those people aren't going to say any of my personal business. So none, the rest of you won't know shit about me. So go on ahead, right? As I sit here and talk about all the things that you do, because you put everything online, and you're going to sit here and make up things about me because you don't know shit about me. Let's do it. Let's have the back and forth. And let's see who's the one that's going to end up crying on stream. Because that's what he always does. Oh, that's what he's gonna. I don't know why y'all was talking about me, and I didn't do nothing to him, and he just started because of Adele.
The way he gets so, I just don't understand it. Like, there's no need to be so upset about, excuse me, about things that are so trivial.
Ew, nigga, did you just burp?
Yes.
You're a nasty ass nigga.
Well, I ate. I still have to cook, so there are people waiting on me.
No, but what were you saying?
I'm waiting on them, actually. No, I was saying he just gets so mad about trivial things. Like it's not that serious. If they're so small, a lot of the things are so small, and I'm like, why? Why did you blow it up like that?
Dude, he hopped on panel when you were on, and he's like, "Nah, well, she's lying about me," and blah. And I'm like, dude, you hopped up on there on panel, and then you're mad because the interaction that you two had, and I'm like, you could have just not went up on panel. You could just like, no. Do you know what I do when people lie about me?
I was in the middle of talking. Sorry.
Do you know what I do when people lie about me or they make streams about me and I don't believe what they're saying? I just don't listen. I don't respond because why am I going to respond to you if you're just sitting there lying about me? Like, you know, sometimes I'll say a little something or whatever, but for the most part, for what? Like, remember, I was saying about the Hikadi thing. I'm like, the stuff with GP. Don't say it like that.
I was just channeling Jan there.
I could clear all this stuff up with GP and all that. Like, I could explain all that, but for what? What am I going to get out of it? What's really going to happen? Nothing. You're just going to keep continuing to say the same dumb shit that you always do. And it's the same thing with Hussy. You're just going to keep saying the same dumb shit that you do. Everybody knows that it's a lie. I'm going to just let you keep saying it. And then if you keep going, if you give me like at least, you know, 2 or 3 good streams, like I'm about to dig off into your ass. And we're going to all sit here and laugh at you and make a little penny off of it too.
Yeah, I don't really care about the lies because, again, they don't affect me. You know what I mean?
How do they affect you? How?
Exactly. Not at all. Not at all. He can say what he wants, but it doesn't do anything to me. And I think that's what bothers him because it affects him. That was, you know what? I will say this. I think when he says that he's improved from like 4 years ago, like he's better than he was 4 years ago, I don't think he's really changed that much, but I think the one thing he's not as bad at that he could not help doing
is his reactions.
Well, no. Searching for stuff about himself. Do you remember, like, that was one of his issues. He constantly was looking online, looking through excuse me, through YouTube or Twitter
or people
what, like
would tell him stuff, and now he actively tells people don't show me that.
Yeah. So I think that's the one thing that has kind of changed because there was a time
two things because he doesn't start going off like how he used to.
Yeah. Well, I think he still has the potential to. Do you I don't think that's changed. I think the problem is that he's had, with me at least, he's had enough time to kind of like settle down some of those initial emotions. Do you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
if you paid attention, he did kind of go off again with Nikki.
Yeah, he did. And then when I popped up in the chat,
Mhm.
like he started flashing.
Yeah. So that was and it was new people. Do you see what I mean?
Hmm.
So with me, he's already had a few years, like literally
So
years.
now he tries to act like he's over it because he knows that you be sitting there fucking with him.
Yeah, he's over. He's not as bad with me. Don't get me wrong. He's still bothered by me, but it's not as bad anymore. He feels like
I mean,
he can manage
obviously,
it better.
if you're just on panel and you mention him, like he pops up.
Yeah, but there's still things that bother him. Yeah, but he in his head he thinks because he's not as reactive with me that it means he's better. Well, the thing is he's still pretty reactive with other people, and with the right person, I'm sure that he will still experience what is with the three nipples thing.
Yeah, why do y'all keep talking about why do y'all keep talking about nipples in the chat? What the fuck is going on?
What is happening?
Why are we talking about nipples? Is it because I took my shirt off earlier? It's hot. You know
Wait,
what's funny? My sister has a triple nipple.
what's with the so wait a minute. No, he doesn't. He lets Carrie show him shit and she still does it when he's wound up. Does what? Wait,
Yeah.
does what?
So Carrie will tell him about people talking shit about him. And
Mhm.
so I don't think I'm pretty sure I think that I messaged Hussy's old account on Twitter. But
Mhm.
Hussy, I sent you a message where I told you because you went on Carrie's panel and you were talking shit about me, and I had told you to chill out because I was about to dig off in both y'all ass. Like I'm like if you and Carrie keep talking about me over and over again, I can just review Burnt Toast and Jules' old videos and dig off into Carrie's ass. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure she ain't gonna like that because she's very thin skinned. And I'm like, really, I can start getting into you too, and I can dig off into your ass. So y'all should probably shut the fuck up about me because I'm not over here talking about you. We had our little thing on stream. Get over it. Because the whole time that I was on stream with Carrie, I kept saying over and over again that I don't want to dig into this. I don't want to talk about it. So the fact that you guys keep bringing it up over and over again lets me know that you got an issue, and I'm gonna dig off into your
Mhm.
ass. But Carrie, uh, apparently Hussy, I don't think Hussy got my message because I think I sent it to the wrong account. But Carrie shaped up and she stopped talking about that shit, and she even admitted like, "Oh yeah, I'm the one who brought it up." So I was like, "Whatever with it, right?" But I didn't know like until recently that apparently Hussy didn't get my message, but I had told his ass like a couple weeks ago. You keep doing that shit. Like I'm gonna dig off. I'm gonna dig off into your ass, and you ain't gonna like that shit. Carrie has thin skin, and you also have thin
Mhm.
skin. Y'all don't like nobody talking about you. Since you don't like anybody talking about you, you know I can sit here and do this all day. You want to talk about Azria? I can sit up here for 3 days and do nothing but sit up here and talk shit about you for 3 days. I'm gonna be making up a whole bunch of things, but I can sit here and do it.
Rendall asked earlier, she says, "Do you think he toned it down because of his lawsuit he has going on?"
Nope,
Yeah, I think well, no, I think he tries because of it. I think sometimes he reminds himself and he will calm himself down. Um, so yeah, I do think that it does play a role.
I
And
don't think
he
so.
you don't think so? I think sometimes it
No,
does. Like you can
because
actively he will actively say, well,
I've
you know.
I've
Hmm?
been on panel with him and I asked him if he talked to his lawyer about stuff that he can say and this and that or whatever. But I'm almost pretty sure that there's no way that his lawyer said that it's okay for him to be saying all the things that he does. There's absolutely no way. Like he be
Well,
saying way too much
let me
about the
explain.
defendant.
the problem is, I know a lot of people are used to this idea that, oh, if you're in a court battle, you probably shouldn't be talking about the other person. That's not really a thing. This kind of goes mostly for criminal, criminal things. Like, but this is not a criminal case. This is a civil
Well, I
case.
mean, in a defamation case, you should
Well,
probably.
no,
He's
yeah,
suing for
but it's
defamation and libel. So I'm like, you probably shouldn't be having a back and forth with the people who you're suing for defamation.
well, I mean, it doesn't really change anything. Do you
I
know what
don't
I
think
mean?
it changes anything. It's the fact that
I'm
so
trying to I'm trying to explain to you that it doesn't play anything in a court of law. It really doesn't.
no,
It
no,
doesn't.
no. I'm not saying. I'm not even saying for the court of law part. That's not what I'm saying. I don't mean for a court of law, because what we were just talking about, right? You're saying that you think that sometimes that he stops a little bit short because of the case.
I think sometimes I have definitely seen him remind himself, and then he's kind of
I'm saying
stopped.
that I think that he's been pretty loose mouth with the whole thing. Like he has no
Mm.
problem talking about all this stuff. He has no problem talking about the case. He has no problem talking about the defendant.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he's stopping himself because of the case necessarily.
Oh, well,
Is what
yeah.
I'm
That
saying.
you might be right. You might be right.
Because he be
But
saying a whole
but
lot, and I'm like, I don't think I would
but
say
I'm
that.
yeah. Well, I know everybody keeps saying, oh, they're saying a whole lot, but I'm telling you, it doesn't play at all in the civil case. It doesn't. If
Well,
the
no, because
concern
it's not about what he says. It has more or so
exactly.
to do with what she was saying.
Exactly. He's the one who's bringing the case. And
Right.
technically, the concern should be on the other party.
Exactly.
Apparently, the other party doesn't have a
He has to
countersuit.
prove that she defamed him and saying this or that, right? So
Right.
they're more focused on what she's saying, and I'm not saying that, of course, because you have to be a fucking idiot to think that if Hussy is saying something, it's somehow going to ruin the case and negate what
It's
AK
not.
was saying. It's not at
Yeah,
all
it's not.
whatsoever.
That's why I'm saying,
What all I'm saying is that I don't think that and because of that, I'm saying that I don't think that he stops himself because of the case.
oh yeah. I mean, Taylor Noir, yes, the average person probably wouldn't get on the internet and scream to the high heavens and let people know
Yeah,
like I've got this going on and I'm gonna
it's
get you
it
or
still probably be advantageous for you to shut the fuck up.
yeah. I think and I firmly believe that the main reason DC ended up settling with Hussy the way she did um, is because she I think one, she didn't have her ducks in a row. She probably didn't have any captures of what Hussy was saying about her. But secondly, she outright said that she wanted to sue him and make his life miserable. Like there's stuff that she said that kind of put
And then
her,
she didn't pop up.
yeah,
She actually initiated the lawsuit with Hussey, and then she didn't show up. And because of that, they actually used that in the next hearing.
oh yeah. Oh, I see trouble in the chat. Taylor Noir, how are you on panel and in chat at the same time?
Yeah, Vidal and fake Vidal.
No, you're fine with me. Don't
No, she's
worry.
just playing with you. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
White Vidal and Indian Vidal. That
Oh
was
my
the other
goodness.
thing that like I'm glad that I remembered to bring it up, because this is not the first time that Hussey has sat here and brought up accusations that came from people that he says lie about everything. Like why would he call you Indian or say that you're not black? And that's something that only the bodega has ever said. And I remember when we had did a smoke arena on it, I remember we had said specifically that it was disrespectful to black people. So us specifically, not just black people, but it was disrespectful to me personally as a black person, because I've had many personal conversations with you. And BGTV and Nova, we've all had a lot of conversations with you. And not even just from conversations, like You're obviously black, and we know that you're black. We know quite a little bit about you, and so it's always been weird to me that somebody who is either white or Middle Eastern, apparently, why are y'all dictating to us who's black? How
Well,
would you know?
because I have to go around and say it, and that's another issue. Like I don't really like to. I don't need. I don't ever feel the need that I have to tell people, oh, I'm a black as a black woman. Like it's not something
You
that I
you've
feel the need to
never
do.
you've never had to tell us that you were black. Never.
Well, but the
There's
thing
never
is I don't make it like a like some like
a part
a
of your
point that needs
personality.
to be. Yeah, I don't need to make it a point that needs
Yeah.
to be iterated when I'm speaking to people because I don't think that it plays a role in most of my conversations. 99.9% of my conversations will not have anything to do with that.
Show an ear and prove you're black like GP did. Show me your foot.
No, can't do the foot because I got to get paid for that one.
She was like, "No, these feet are beautiful. You gonna pay me?" I have no idea, K Petty. She says, "Why is the ethnicity thing a dig? That's weird." Like,
I don't know.
even if Vidal was faking being black, how is that a talking point at all? Yeah, and that's another person, Fat White Greg. You guys said that GP wasn't black. GP,
I
one of
know
the
of
one
all
of the one of
people.
the ghettoest niggas that I've ever heard on here. He obviously a Brooklyn ghetto ass nigga, and now
Will
he's
you
not black.
stop? Now you're starting to sound like Witty Widow. You better stop.
No, she was right.
Okay, I'm mad at you right
Hey,
now.
she was
I'm
low
so
key.
mad at you.
What she said was low key racist, but at the same time, was she wrong?
Can't stand you.
She wasn't wrong. It's like if somebody was like, "I know Vidal is black because I hear the fire alarm beeps in the back." That's racist for them to say, but are they wrong? No.
I want to respond to Woti because he did ask, is there like
Oh, he asked a
another?
question.
Yeah, he just asked, did anyone mention the screenshot that he showed on stream? Is there a fake you running around? And yes, there probably is.
Is it a fake who? A fake me? You know, you mean
Yeah, fake you.
the little Yato thing? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's somebody from Hussy's chat. It's probably a female, I'm guessing.
Well, I think it was something. He said something about Carrie.
There was a Yaudi guy that said he's weird with kids in reference to me.
Well, it definitely wasn't this Yato. He wouldn't say that.
No, and if I did say that, I probably more than likely wasn't talking about you. I think I did say that, but I wasn't
Did you?
talking about you. Maybe I think so, but I wasn't talking about Wody. That's I have like there's nothing that I've ever heard of you and kids or anything like that. Nah.
No, it probably
If
was in
I
relation
said
to one of the people we don't like.
that's all I was about to say. If I said he's weird with kids, it was probably Waterface or
Probably.
who else? That's it. Yeah, it's
Oh,
probably just
Carrie said there was two
probably
of
just
you in
tragic.
chat that day.
No,
Oh,
there was a second Yado. I saw it. Yeah, that happens a lot. So I've talked about this on stream before. Tragic will pop up with stock accounts of me, and he'll
mm.
say such shit, or he'll try to start fights with people. Like he does that.
There was a time when they were. There's stuff that Hussy still believes to this day that I said because they trolled as me, and Hussy is too
Mm-hmm.
dumb to figure out that these were trolls
That wasn't you.
and it was not me. And he'll
There
keep
was a
saying, "Well, you were in my chat and you did this and I was like,
there,
it wasn't me."
there was one of me where they said he said, "Oh, this person was talking smack." I think it was Monty. He said Monty was talking smack, and I said, "I'm black. When in my life, when have y'all ever heard me talk and say somebody was talking smack? That sounds like something a white person would said." what would say. I would
Or a
never in my life,
Canadian.
yeah, or a Canadian or some. I would never in my life say somebody's talking smack. I would say talking out the side of your neck. I would say popping your gums. Like I would talking smack. That's the whitest shit I ever heard in my life. I would never say that. Right. Listen
Listen
here,
here,
buddy.
buddy.
You know damn well that's not me.
Oh. Well, at
Don't
least
you?
you asked about it just to clear things up. So a lot of people don't like
Yeah.
Hussy. Is not trying to figure stuff out.
Behind blue eyes says, "See, all y'all white." Oh, them is jokes. Them is jokes. I'm actually European. This is actually my real voice, darling.
Oh no. Oh God,
So,
you don't want me to try and do an accent. Y'all get on me like you did Vicky.
oh my God, her accents are fucking horrible. They were
And
so disrespectful.
she was doing like the stereotypical thing, like
Oh my, they were so
cheerio.
bad. Yeah. Oh my, that hurt me, and I ain't even British. I was like, oh my, Vicky, oh my God, stop.
It's funny because like I hate Jan's accent, and but the thing is, she talks like a British woman with the very high. Where they
No,
talk,
she sings. She sings when she talks. She's like,
yes, it drives me
yesterday
nuts.
I went to the loo and I.
It's the way she does it, and I'm like, why do British people do that shit? Oh my! It's always British women.
Adele, this is just how people around from my country talk.
You don't really sound that much like it, but I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I'm being extra. No, do you know what's hilarious to me? Ask irate Alex to talk in an American accent. He has like 3 or 4 different versions, and it's fucking hilarious. Ask him to talk like not somebody who's from like the South. Ask him to talk like in a regular American accent. That shit is fucking hilarious.
Do you know what? When Idris Elba, when he did The Wire, I did not know
Nigga, The
that he
Wire,
had a British
American Gangster.
accent.
He sound like a regular ass
He
nigga.
really did. He sounded like a regular black person. I was like, oh, wait a
He was
minute.
like, all right, well, don't sell dope then, Frank. Don't
And then
sell
he
dope. How about you
busted,
come work for me?
out the accent, and I was like, oh,
And
whoa.
that's what he really sounds like. I had
Yes.
no idea he was British. I had no idea. He did such a fucking good job.
He really did.
It's crazy to me how British people can like. I think there was an Asian guy, and they were like, oh, speaking in an American accent, and he started talking like in like a white person. That shit had me in tears. I absolutely love when people from different countries sound like quote unquote an American, because it's not how I talk. It's not how I talk at all. But when you guys do it, and I know the type of person that you're imitating, that shit fucking has me in tears.
I'm
Anytime that
always
you do an
impressed.
accent, you have to copy a certain person. That's how you really get it down.
Yeah, I'm always impressed when people, because it's almost like speaking another language. Because I don't have the ability to do that.
Right, regular black, not British black.
Yeah, regular or Canadian black.
What is Canadian black like Monty?
I don't know what Monty is. Monty talks weird to me too. He has like a very
does
weird.
Monty say nigga? Yo,
No.
no, exactly. Look, I don't care. I'm bringing this shit up. Notice how Azria says nigga, but Monty doesn't.
Well, but I mean, I don't really say it.
Yeah, but you're a weak ass nigga though. That's not the same. When you get really mad, like we got DC saying nigga because of you. You definitely say nigga.
Oh my
When you
god.
get mad, you say nigga. Like that's when you start talking like
Yeah, but
you.
it's very rare. It's
Yeah,
not a thing that I like
that's when
saying.
you stop being professional and you start talking to like nigga ass Vidal.
No.
Right, soft motherfuckers. I was dying when you said that. Soft ass motherfuckers.
I get so annoyed when people like get mad on other people's behalf, and I feel because garbage was here.
You used to be
She
like,
didn't feel
dude,
like I
you're
was
so
pushing her
fucking
around.
soft. You stop acting like you guys are hurt. You're not hurt.
I was getting annoyed. I got a little annoyed.
And people act like they don't understand what I be saying when I say that I agree with most of what Vidal says.
My
Vidal be
HR
telling,
voice leaves the building.
yeah. Well, I call it your teacher voice. Well, I be telling people all the time. I agree with a lot of things that Vidal says, and most of what she says is y'all niggas soft. It ain't that serious. This shit is funny.
It's
And
funny that
those are the things that I agree with Vidal on for the.
the guy I'm dating, he's like, so the next time you come over, can you put your work voice on for me? And
Uh oh.
I was like, you
Uh
want the
oh.
work voice?
Yes. Absolutely. He wants you to properly tell him to put it where you want.
I thought that was hilarious. I was like, you want the work voice? He's like,
that,
oh
that,
yes, I want the work voice.
that is a man of culture.
He's like, that's a man of culture.
Yes, because look, I guarantee he put one day. I want you to put on like a little pantsuit, right? Put on a tight pantsuit with a little tie on and some glasses. I guarantee you that nigga's gonna melt.
Well, I do wear glasses, so I don't have to put them on. Those I've got.
Well, exactly. All you gotta do is put the pantsuit on, make sure it's tight. That nigga's gonna melt.
Tell them about those TPS reports.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny. We both work in the same field, so it's pretty funny. We do talk about work, and we totally talk in lingo.
Tell him that you're disappointed in the type of work that he's been doing lately, and you feel like he might need to let go. No, he might need to be let go. My bad. Like I don't know. I might need to let you go because his TPS reports. That shit is gonna turn him on like no tomorrow. He's gonna be like, "What? Oh, well, how can I keep my job?" Bend you over the table.
Look at you coming up
Why
with a
not?
whole. This is one of those HR videos that Yato had to watch at one point.
Yo,
The sexual harassment videos.
some of them HR broads. Yo, my office manager,
Oh no!
her ass was so fat. She was fine as shit.
You need to stop.
My ex broad, she used to get mad. Like when she seen her, she was like, "Oh no, oh no, I don't want you in the office talking to nobody."
Oh no!
She had a fat ass. I was like, "Oh my god."
Oh, what? You know what's
Actually,
funny?
actually,
My
one of the other managers, one of the other bras, she actually got moved to a different location because one of the workers slapped her ass because her ass was so fat. She was another one. She used to be on my shit too. Her ass was so fat, somebody smacked it one day, and she told, and she had to get sent to somewhere else, and that nigga got fired.
oh
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm. It was a white girl too. It was a pog.
Uh,
She came in with them leggings one day, and that was all she wrote.
mm.
See, look at Taylor Noir. See, Well, okay, well, it'd be like that. Exactly. Look, don't touch. That's all I did.
You
I
know,
just looked. I didn't
it's
touch
funny.
nothing.
My so you were talking about the HR lady. My HR, do you know who Niecy Nash is?
Mm-mm.
Did you ever watch Reno 911?
Yes.
The black lady?
Oh yeah, she thick as shit. Yeah.
That's my HR lady.
Oh my god.
We got the same build. The same
Oh
build.
my god. Just big everything. Just big everything. Got a Coke bottle shape, but just
Basically.
huge titties and huge ass for no
Yes.
reason. Like straight out of Africa.
I used to love her show back at what I forgot it's clean. Was it clean my space or I forgot the name.
Behind blue eyes said, "Oh my god, give me that." that was some of the homies' moms.
I used to love her show back in the day. So watch
oh
her
my,
little clean
oh
show
my
on
god, the homegirl's mom. Oh my god. So the homegirl was thick, like, and we used to mess around and stuff. But her mama, I used to tell her all the time. She used to be like, everybody always be talking about my mom. I'm like, your mama is you, but grown and like, oh my god, her mom was so fucking sexy. It's like she was pear shaped. Like she had. So the homegirl, she didn't really have no titties like that, but her mama,
oh my goodness.
she was fucking stacked. Oh my god, I used to slobber over her mom every time I used to come over to her house. I'd be like, "Where your mama at?"
There you are. Oh, you need to stop. You need
She
to
was so
stop.
fine.
MILF in advance.
MILF on advance, exactly. MILF on advance. I'm not even worried about your daughter. What's up with you?
So you need to stop.
I was like, dog, the minute I turned 18, I was trying to hang out in her mama room. Your mom still got that boyfriend?
You
Did they
need to
break up yet?
stop.
She was so fine. You have no idea. I'm actually. I have her mama on Facebook. I have her mama on Instagram.
Teenage boys always
I'm gonna show
have
you.
those
I'm gonna show
hormones
you.
running wild.
I'm gonna show. She's still fine. I'm gonna show you. She's still fine.
Okay,
And
just so you know,
the homegirl is actually starting to look like her. And I
if
was
you
like,
lose me,
bravo.
it's because my phone died because I'm literally at 1% and I don't have my charger anywhere near me.
Okay, well, when Vidal goes, that's when the stream is gonna go. What song did I say I was gonna play at the end of this?
I don't. Did you say there was a song you were gonna play?
Yeah, I think it was. Was it Too Short or Sugar Free?
No, well, we did Sugar Free last time. Too Short
Yeah,
would
we
make.
did Sugar Free last time.
Yeah, Too Short would make sense this time.
Ooh, so this time I know it's like 5 minutes. It's a long song, but I'm gonna do Color a Bitch. That's my shit. And I'll there with my dad because he loved pulling up on me at school
Wonder
while
why they call
playing.
it.
It was BBL Drizzy. Thank you,
Oh,
Rendell.
that's right.
It was
That's
BBL
right.
Drizzy.
The mix, the what's the 70s version or whatever.
I'm thinking then a snicker. I'm thinking then a nigga. Yeah, because it was BBL Bodega. BBL Bodega.
I will never stop. Oh my god! Now I'm
BBL
gonna have that in my
Bodega.
head. BBL Bodega.
I'm still gonna play it Too Short though, because that's my shit. One of my favorite parts of that song is when he says,
and when he says,
his color a bitch.
yeah, that chorus gets stuck in your head. I like that.
It's that part reminds me of Azria actually, because
What
like,
does?
I don't want no blow. I don't sniff cocaine. They said,
Oh no.
Yeah. I don't know you, ho. I don't sniff cocaine. I don't want no blow. I don't want no blow. Bitch, you a dummy. Bitch, junkie. Bitch, hoe ass. Bitch. Oh, I love that part. I don't want no
Oh,
blow. I don't sniff cocaine. You a junkie, bitch. Funky, bitch. Stank ass, bitch. Do what you want to do. A nigga like me don't want nothing from you. I need a bitch, a real ass bitch. Oh man, I love me some Too Short. I don't care what nobody says. He's my spirit animal. Anytime like anytime my feelings get hurt by a female or like my heart is broken, like put on some Too Short and I feel 10 times better. I don't care what nobody says. Is somebody playing Debbie Dead? Is that her name? I know it ain't Little Debbie. I think it's Debbie Deb, right? I hear the song from Squabble Up. All right, so I think that Vidal is probably gone. Teardrops. And we're gonna go ahead and end this. I did the open panel like y'all wanted. Nobody came up, like always. Nobody ever comes up. That's pretty much how it goes for me. Nobody ever want to talk. uh, I swear to God. No, I'm gonna just play it from Too Short channel because if I get the edited version, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh, it's only 3 minutes. Well, 4 minutes. It's all right, y'all. We're gonna end this on some Too Short. So it is Debbie Deb. Yeah, I hear somebody playing that song outside. All right, folks. Guess we're gonna end it here. I'm gonna sit here with y'all and listen to the whole entirety of this song because it is one of my favorite songs ever. It really is. I did call Vidal nobody. Fuck her. Don't nobody know her. All right, y'all.